Welcome to Family Storytime with Northfield Public Library. My name is Emily, and you know what? There's a word sometimes that people use if you love to read. Sometimes they'll call you a bookworm. A bookworm? I don't know about you, but I feel more like a book dragon. Do you feel like a book dragon? Let's sing a song about being a book dragon as our hello song. And our song goes like this. Sway back and forth with me, and then at the end we get to give a dragon roar. It goes like this. I am a book dragon, I love to read. I am a book dragon, I love to read. I read and I read till my eyes get sore. And then I give a dragon roar. Roar! Let's try being a book gorilla. I am a book gorilla, I love to read. I am a book gorilla, I love to read. I read and I read till my eyes need to rest. And then I beat my gorilla chest. Can you beat your chest like a gorilla? Good, welcome. Well, today our letter of the day is Z. And everything we talk about today is, most of the things are going to have to do with zoos. But before we do that, let's talk about the sound letter Z makes. What sound does it make? Zzz. Yeah, very good. That's a fun one to make. It's also a fun one to draw, this letter is. So let's put our fingers up in the sky. We're going to draw a letter Z. I'll hold our Z up right here. We need a couple straight lines. We need a horizontal line on the top and a horizontal line on the bottom. Those are side-to-side lines. And then we need a diagonal line in between those. So let's do our Z, okay? Rip, whoop, rip. Ah, excellent Z's. Let's make our Z sound again. Zzz. Very good. Okay. Well, what are some things that start with Z? Zoo starts with Z. And maybe you'll recognize this guy. What's this? A zebra. A zebra starts with Z. There you go. And here's something else I bet you've seen in your life before. What's this? A zipper. A zipper starts with Z. Good, you can hear that too. We'll do a song about a zipper a little bit later. But first, we have a rhyme about what kind of animals we might see at the zoo. And it goes like this. I'm going to say the rhyme, and then I'm going to ask you, would we see this animal at the zoo? So here we go. Tell me, tell me, tell me true. Would we see this at the zoo? Who's coming? Mrrr. It's cow. Is a cow the kind of animal you'd see at the zoo? No, you might see a cow at a farm, right? All right, let's see who else might be visiting us today. Tell me, tell me, tell me true. Would we see this at the zoo? Ah, who have we got here? Lion. Give a lion roar. Roar. Would we see a lion at the zoo? Yeah, we might see a lion at the zoo. We might see a lion only at the zoo unless we were visiting the African savannah, right? Okay, so our lion. Go back over here. Tell me, tell me, tell me true. Would we see this at the zoo? Hello! Oh, look at that. It's a unicorn. Would we see a unicorn at the zoo? We might wish we would, but we would not see a unicorn at the zoo because unicorns are mythological. They're made up. We have lots of stories about them, but as far as we know, no one's ever seen a real unicorn. Okay, we have one more guest today. Tell me, tell me, tell me true. Would you see this at the zoo? Who is this? Oh my goodness, it's a dinosaur. It looks like it might be a brontosaurus. Very tall dinosaur. Would we see a dinosaur at the zoo? No, we wouldn't see a dinosaur at the zoo because dinosaurs are what? They are extinct extinct, that means they're not alive anymore. They've been extinct for many, many years, but new animals and insects do continue to become extinct every day. That's something you can talk to your grown-up about or learn more about at the library. We would not find a dinosaur at the zoo. Something I wondered was, what sorts of things would you do if you worked at the zoo? And guess what? A new book came in just about that. It says, "What do you do if you work at the zoo?" It's by Steve Jenkins and Robin Page. Now, do any of you have an animal at home? Some of you might, and you probably care for that animal, right? So I have a cat at home, and I feed her, and that's one of the things a zookeeper might do. And I make sure she's healthy, and that's one of the things a zookeeper might do. But they're also called to do some other things that might not be as obvious. They have some more unusual responsibilities, and we're gonna look at those. Here is an aardvark, and one of a zookeeper's responsibilities, if they have an aardvark at their zoo, is to rub an aardvark's ears. Rub their ears. Why do they rub their ears? Well, when you go out in the sun, you probably have to wear sunscreen to protect your skin, right? And that's the same with an aardvark. Aardvarks usually are only awake at night where they live in Africa. But in zoos, they're often out during the day, right? So people can see them. So one of the things a zookeeper will do will be rub sunscreen on an aardvark's ears. Would you like to do that job? Let's see if you'd like to do the next job. Here, you might, what's he doing? That's a tortoise. Oh, he's polishing, he's shining the tortoise's shell. And why is he shining the tortoise's shell? Oh, it says right here, polishing this Galapagos tortoise's shell keeps it from drying out and cracking. And the tortoise seems to enjoy the attention. So that's kind of like petting an animal, right? But you're also helping the animal. Oh my goodness, whose toenails do you think those are? That looks like a mighty big foot. It's an elephant's foot. You might have to give an elephant a pedicure. What's a pedicure? Well, that's when you cut your toenails and maybe you file them, and sometimes even maybe you paint them with some nail polish. And an elephant living in the zoo, it's not walking around as much as it does in the wild, right? So its toenails don't get worn down. So they grow and they grow and they grow and they grow unless somebody gives them a pedicure. And so elephants will lift up one foot and get a pedicure from a zookeeper. And oh, I think you can see what's coming next. That's what? Hippopotamus. And that's what? Toothbrush. I don't know if you enjoy brushing your teeth every night, but what if you had to brush a hippo's teeth every night? Now, out in the wild, hippos eat like grass and plants, and they don't really get stuck in their teeth. But at the zoo, they eat fruits and vegetables, and so they need someone to brush their teeth and make sure that they get all the food out, just like we need to brush our teeth to get all the food out. This looks like fun. You could play ball with a polar bear or kick a soccer ball to a rhinoceros. Animals need play, so that's one of the things you would do if you worked at the zoo. Uh-oh. I see a shovel. I see a panda eating lots of bamboo. That's one of the things you'd do if you worked at the zoo. You'd pick up panda poop. You'd pick up panda poop. I have to pick up my kitty's poop at home. And what color is panda poop? It's green. It's green. I think that's from all the bamboo they eat. So you'd pick up panda poop. Oh boy. And this is the last thing we'll look at today. This is a hyena. And at the zoo, you make popsicles for lots of different animals, right? Zoo animals get fruit sickles, a big block of ice with fruit in it, or they might get fish sickles, a big block of ice with some fish in it. Would you like to eat a fish sickle? I don't think I would. But this one, I bet you really wouldn't like to eat. This is kind of gross, guys. A hyena likes to eat a blood sickle, because out in the wild, it would be feeding on other creatures as prey, and it would have their blood. So that is a blood sickle. And those are some of the things you do if you worked at the zoo. Let's do a rhyme together today. This is a fun one, so I want you to stand up. We're gonna be some other animals you might find at the zoo. My favorite animal, actually, to see at the zoo is monkeys. I like the little ones that swing from up high. I like the big ones too. We're gonna be 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. So I need you to stand up and jump while we do our rhyme. And I'm gonna kind of jump sitting. Don't worry, I'll jump pretty hard. We're gonna be 5 little monkeys, so I want you to get up your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jumping on the sofa? No. Jumping on the toilet? What do they jump on again? The bed. Jumping on the bed, and then one falls off and hurts their nose? No? Oh, their head. That's it. Right. That rhymes with bed, of course. So let's get ready to jump. And here's our rhyme. 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped her head. Ouch! Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Get ready to jump again. 4 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Ouch! Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. How many do we have now? Yeah, we have 3. 3 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped her head. Ouch! Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. 2 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Ouch! Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Now let's think about this. If you and 5 of your friends were all jumping on the bed and they all fell off and hurt their head, would you still jump on the bed? I don't think I would. But do you think the monkey would? I think this monkey might. Let's do one more. 1 little monkey jumping on the bed. She fell off and bumped her head. Ouch! Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Good job. Good job. Okay, now I promised you we were going to do a zipper song. This is a zipper song you can do when you're getting bundled up to go out and take a walk, or riding in the car, or going into town. So we're going to pretend we have a zipper at the bottom, right? Like you need to zip them up. And here's how our song goes. We'll do it twice. So get ready to zip up your zipper, keep it up, and then zip it down. Zip, zip your zipper up to your chin. Don't you let that cold air in. Keep it zipped while you're in town. When you get home, zip your zipper down. Zip down, zip up, zip down, zip up. Okay, let's do it one more time. Zip, zip your zipper up to your chin. Don't you let that cold air in. Keep it zipped while you're in town. When you get home, zip your zipper down. Zip up, zip down, zip up, zip down. Good job. Good job. Okay. Well, if you were a zookeeper, what would you do? What animals would you have at your zoo? This is something I would like you to talk about with your grown-up today after story time. One of the 5 best things we can do to get ready to read are talk, sing, read, write, and play. And today's tip is about talking. So when you're talking about what kind of animals you would like to have in your zoo, for your grown-up, it's good to strive for 5 different back and forth exchanges. So instead of just asking questions like, would you have a penguin at your zoo? You could say, tell me about your zoo. Or maybe you could even afterwards, if you have something to draw a picture with, your child could draw a picture of their zoo, and instead of saying, oh, is that a zebra? Oh, is that a giraffe? Say, tell me about your drawing. Saying tell me encourages a lot more words and vocabulary than just trying to sort of identify things. This works with teenagers too. Don't say, how was your day? Say, tell me about your day. As a mom of teenagers, I can tell you it also works there too, although for a very different reason that we're trying to get them to talk, right? So, talk about what you would have at your zoo. Now, I hope you have something to hand that you can shake around today. I have a shaker egg, but you could use a sock, you could use a tissue, you could use a jar of sprinkles, whatever you've got to shake. Let's get that to hand real fast. We're gonna practice shaking and stopping before we do a song about a walrus. So let's see if we can shake and stop all together. We shake and we shake and we stop. We shake and we shake and we stop. We shake and we shake and we shake and we shake. We shake and we shake and we stop. Good job. Good job. Okay, our song today is about a walrus. I don't know if there's a walrus at a zoo you've been to, but I have definitely seen a walrus at the zoo that I went to when I was growing up in Washington, D.C. So our song is going to be about a walrus. And since we just sang about zipping up our zipper coats, this walrus needs to wash his winter coat. So the walrus goes down to the wavy ocean to wash his coat. And then the laundry shakes. So get ready to shake. Our song goes like this. Oh, the walrus washes his winter coat down by the wavy ocean. He adds some water and he adds some soap and he waits and he waits and he waits. Get ready. And the laundry shakes, shakes, shakes. The laundry shakes and shakes and shakes. The laundry shakes, shakes, shakes until it's clean. The laundry shakes, shakes, shakes. The laundry shakes and shakes and shakes. The laundry shakes, shakes, shakes until it's clean. We need more laundry soap. Oh, the walrus washes his winter coat down by the wavy ocean. He adds some water and he adds some soap and he waits and he waits and he waits. And the laundry shakes, shakes, shakes. The laundry shakes and shakes and shakes. The laundry shakes, shakes, shakes until it's clean. The laundry shakes, shakes, shakes. The laundry shakes and shakes and shakes. The laundry shakes, shakes, shakes until it's clean. Woo! One good last shake. Okay, and I see someone over here who is very sad that he didn't get to be introduced today. It's a baby elephant. An elephant is another animal you might see at the zoo, right? And a baby elephant, just like a baby cow, is called a calf. A baby elephant is called a calf. And here's something I learned from a library book. You know how when you're little, you're a baby, or even if you're a little bit older, you might suck your thumb, because it's kind of comforting? Elephant babies suck their trunks, just like we suck our thumbs. Isn't that funny? So that's a fact about elephant calves. Okay, elephant, you can go off there because it is time for one more shaker game and then our ending song. We're gonna play a game called Don't Wake It Up. And we're gonna pretend you have a baby, well, let's make it an elephant calf, right? An elephant calf in your hand. And you can wake it up to play when it's playtime, but before then you can't wake it up. Okay, we'll do this with an elephant calf, and then we'll do it with a zebra. Okay. Elephant calf, sleep and don't wake it up. Elephant calf, sleep and don't wake it up. Elephant calf, sleep and don't wake it up. Now we're very quiet. Wake up, Elf and Jeff, it's time to play. Wake up, Elf and Jeff, it's time to play. Wake up, Elf and Jeff, it's time to play. Now we're very loud. Good job. Okay, let's get a zebra back into the action because zebra starts with our letter of the day, Z. Zebra sleeping. Zebra sleeping, don't wake it up. Zebra sleeping, don't wake it up. Zebra sleeping, don't wake it up. Now we're very quiet. Wake up, zebra, it's time to play. Wake up, zebra, it's time to play. Wake up, zebra, it's time to play. Now we're very loud. Okay, thank you for joining me for our zoo story time today. Tell someone an interesting fact that you learned today, like elephants suck their trunks. Someone who couldn't be at story time today. And make sure to talk about your zoo and what you would have in your zoo if you could have your dream zoo. Would you have a unicorn? Would you have a dinosaur? It's a lot to think about, isn't it? So to end story time, we need to put on a pair of magic glasses for our closing song. We're gonna look up and down and all around and put our hands together and make a book. We can open it. And everything inside today is gonna start with our letter of the day, Z. Oh my goodness, it's a zebra! What are you doing there? You should be running out on the savannah. Close your book! Ooh. What was he doing in our book? What else might we have in there? Ooh. Ah, it's a zither. Have you ever seen a zither? A zither is an instrument, and you can play it. It's like a stringed instrument. You can sort of strum it like a guitar. So let's play a zither. I don't know if that really sounds like a zither, but then we're going to close our book gently so we don't break our musical instrument, the zither. Let's look inside one more time. Oh my goodness, it's an entire zoo! They're everywhere! Look at them! Ah! We gotta close that book fast! Close it. Whew! We don't want to let the whole zoo out, do we? No. Let's put our glasses back on. These are my glasses, this is my book. I put on my glasses and open up the book. Now I read, and I look. I put down my glasses and whoop, close up the book. Thank you for joining us for story time, the letter Z today, and the zoo, and have a wonderful rest of your week.